What up, world? Greetings from Goo and Pikachu. How y'all doing? We're doing pretty well, right?
right? 괜찮지? 너 어디 뭐 불편한 데 없지? 어.
Okay, 그럼 됐어. So, how's everybody doing? It's wild. It's really wild. Um, but I think it's really, confession time. I was one of those folks who was like, oh shit, it's not big of a deal. The media's definitely blowing this shit up so that they can have more whatever, but it took a while for it to settle in for me. I was one of those folks who was like, oh, the media's blowing this shit up, like only a portion of people die from this, and like it's not that dangerous. So I don't know why they're doing this, being all skeptical and shit, thinking I was all like woke and smart and shit. But uh humble, gotta humble myself, right? So I guess it's just now settling in, thanks to all the people who are sharing information, that this is serious, and it's going to be even more serious if we don't do what we can. And what we can is staying home. I'm not an expert on anything, so I'm not going to go into the details of like why this is the best thing we can do. If you are not already exposed to those information by now, you should go and look it up. I don't know. I'll put some links or some shit. But by now, like, I feel like people who know. People who are watching this, like, I hope you're home and self quarantine yourself as much as you can. Um, I've been seeing a lot of interesting posts about what this pandemic is bringing out from our humanity, the way we run things, the way we live, the way we are. Um, and I just wanted to share a couple of things that resonated with me. One big thing, it a post that I thought was really interesting. It incorporated. 왜? 어디 가게? 아니야? 알았어. It incorporated the idea of yin and yang with their diagnosis of society. And yang is traditionally, and I say traditionally, so hence like it's the world old view. Yang is traditionally associated with the masculine energy, which is to do, to create, to move, to produce, to hunt, to go out and do things. And yin is associated with the more feminine energy of being still, of receiving, of perceiving. And the post was talking about how collectively as a society we're so obsessed with the yang side of things. We find our value in doing things, we find our value in acting, we find our value in moving and meeting people. We find our value in how active we are, and we look down on those who are not as active. One So I have these dinner meetings like every once in a while with these like really older Korean folks, and we usually have really constructive like conversations like that I learn a lot from. I get to say what I want to say, but obviously there are some like really freaking annoying old Korean ajishis. They're stuck in their ways, who are always like, young people are like this and that. If y'all didn't know, there's a term called konde in Korean, which is basically like boomer, like looking kind of like it's a derogatory term for like people who are old and stuck in their ways, and I think they deserve a derogatory term, honestly. Uh, but like we were talking about Andrew Yang, and I was talking about how like these things, why it's resonating with us young folks, like his platform, why it's resonating with us, and like I hate it when like they say like, oh, when they get these $1,000, they're gonna get lazy and they're not gonna work. They're gonna stay at home. Da 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 da. And I'm like, yo, what's wrong with that? If the society is producing enough for people to be able to stay at home and work on their hobbies, work on themselves, to meditate, to do what brings them true enjoyment, then why is that a bad thing? We demonize not working so much to the point where, you know what I'm saying? And, that's all that aspect of our society is just like coming bare. What was hidden is coming to light now. So this is in that post, going back to like the original conversation, that post was kind of highlighting, um so now is the time to practice, to embrace that inside of us, um to really reflect, to be still, and to breathe, and be one with earth and our surroundings and our society and what we can do. And consequentially, I talked about this in my like last video. The earth is breathing, not just us. So in a lot of ways, I'm not saying that this happened, this is a good thing, but like I am saying that whatever happens to us, we need to learn how to flip it into a good thing. And this is an opportunity for us to reflect. And cats are absolutely amazing at at that. So I'm learning a lot. I've always learned a lot from this little fella over here. Um, and I really appreciate her for being my quarantine. You agree? 야, 그냥 존나 관심 없어? 그지? 미안하다. 그냥 개소리를 좀 많이 했어. So yeah, that's the first thing I wanted to, I guess, get off my chest today in my monologue. This improv monologue that I have absolutely no script for. I'm just going, like by the end of this video, I might end up in like, I don't know, the hospital. That's how much how unplanned this shit is right now. And Pikachu's like, what the fuck, bro? What'd you just say? What?
귀엽노? 싫어? 아 좋아?
얘는 싫어하는지 좋아하는지 알기가 되게 힘들어. 그래서 그냥 봐봐, 친구 나를 막 깨물고 있거든, 발로 차면서. 근데 또 그러니까 뒷발로는 나를 차는데 앞발로는 나를 안아. 어떤 의미인지 잘 모르겠어. 근데 그게 약간, 솔직히 말하면은 사람들도 잘 모르겠어. 그냥 내 걸 해야 되는 것 같아. Like I think I was so, like the idea of being a people pleaser, I thought I understood it, but I didn't. I'm just gonna cut this video right here.